The South Dakota State Legislature is considering legislation that would create public charter schools across the state. The aim of the schools would be to narrow the achievement gap between Native American students and other students here in South Dakota. State House reporter Austin Goss is live with more on that story. Good evening, Austin.
Good evening, Sam and Kelsey. Oceti Sakowin schools were up for discussion again today in the State House after having passed unanimously last year in the Senate. However, the results were a little bit different today. The South Dakota State Senate voted 14-20 Monday against Oceti Sakowin schools. The bill passed the same chamber unanimously last year. The bill drew unusual battle lines between Republicans and Democrats.
Regarding the economic cost to this, or the potential economic cost to this, but I want you to keep in mind, what are the economic costs to a 50% dropout rate? And I want you to think deeper. It's not just economic costs to 50% dropout rate. Those are also social, emotional costs.
We are always telling the Native American community that we want to hear what they have to say, and that we want to know how we can help. They have been telling us for over 40 years that this is something that they feel that they need.
The bill would have created 4 charter schools in South Dakota focused on education steeped in Native American heritage and focused on equaling the education playing field in South Dakota. However, leaders from other school districts worried it could ingrain charter schools into South Dakota. South Dakota is one of a few states in the country that does not have charter schools.
One of the things we're certainly opposed to is anything that looks or sounds or feels like that of charter school legislation. We are majority public school administrators. We do have a handful of people in private schools that are members of ours, but majority public schools. So our defense and allegiance is to making sure public schools, for one, are funded with public money. And in many states, the charter schools have gotten hold of.
Even though that bill was defeated today, the bill's primary sponsor, Senator Troy Heinert, has a motion to reconsider in place, which would mean that it could come back if a simple majority of the Senate agrees to that. In Pierre, Austin Goss, Dakota News Now.
Austin, thank you again. We will continue to be your source for State House 2021 coverage. Austin will have live reports each day during the session. Be sure to follow him on Twitter as well, over on Austin Goss SD.